Give it up for Mr. Graham Nolan.
Give it up for Chloe. She's magnificent, right? Who else here is in a relationship? Huh? Me too. It's kind of like a controversial one, though, because it's an open relationship. And I'll tell you a secret. It's so open, I have no idea who my boyfriend is. I have never met him. I actually tried to find a boyfriend online, and I thought it was tough because online everyone just says the same shit all the time. They say, like, you know, on a typical Saturday night, I like to hit the bars and get wasted and do shots, but, you know, on another night, I like to curl up on the couch with a rom-com and a bottle of Merlot. And it's like, oh, congratulations, Brooklyn Mike 82. There's two sides of your personality, and they're both wasted. I haven't been in a relationship in a long time, but I remember what it's like to love something so much and hate it so much at the same time because I have autocorrect on my phone. It's like, and when it works, it's fantastic, but when it doesn't, it's so frustrating. Let's be adults here, autocorrect. Do you really think that I meant to write ducking in all those texts? You think that I don't give a duck, or that I think Chris Brown is a ducking moron? Like, I understand why you thought I was saying I was ducking a cop behind a dumpster last night, but no, I was fucking a cop behind a dumpster last night. It's like, come on, let me be me, you know? One thing I never want to be is famous, by the way, like never. I know a lot of people say that, but I actually don't, mostly because I don't want to date Taylor Swift, and I'm pretty sure they make you. I also, like, you know, if you want to be a celebrity, you have to have a sex tape, and all of mine are, like, awful. Like, you can't even really see anything because, like, when you're the only person there, it's hard to get the right angle, and it's so dark in the bathrooms where I work. You know? Some people, to get famous, they will, like, do celebrity, or they'll do reality shows, right? I would never do a reality show. That's so disgusting. Like, it's beneath me. Like, I would never do that unless they offered me money or attention. But otherwise, I'm not gonna break. I actually have issues with, like, needing and wanting attention. Like, I have a therapist for that very reason, and he, like, calls me out my bullshit. Like, he was like, Graham, don't you realize that you're a manipulative person? And I was like, how can I respond to a question like that in a way that will make you fall in love with me? I think that therapy is really working. I feel, like, really, really fulfilled. April Fools, I'm dying inside. I see a therapist because it's stressful to be gay. It is. It looks really fun on television because they always show us, like, giving makeovers and going to techno clubs and playing arena football. But it's, like, really stressful. And that's my choice, right? Like, I chose to be gay, right? It was my decision. I got bored one day, you know. But I actually tried to make the choice to become straight last summer, but then I made the mistake of watching the Olympics, and I saw two things that made up my mind for me. One was the bodies of male gymnasts, and two was the bodies of female gymnasts. So terrifying. They're so similar, but they don't do the same thing for me. Some of you are probably wondering about the tattoos, by the way. They represent Cyclops and Havoc from the X-Men. Does anyone know what that means? Okay, awesome. And the rest of you had friends in high school? That must have been cool. It looked really cool. It's actually like my gay friends that don't get the comic book thing. They're just like, I went to go see the movie Thor because I think he's hot, but, like, that movie was so stupid. And I'm just like, okay. So you don't relate to a blonde with a god complex and really muscular arms who speaks in a British accent for no reason, but then you spent $500 on Madonna tickets. Okay. Not sure I believe it. In high school, I was so nerdy. Like, I was like so self-conscious I wouldn't play sports and I wouldn't change. So the way that they let me, like, pass class was by going in after school to clean the gym. Let me tell you, nothing drives home the fact that you are gay and Mexican like sweeping a giant floor to get out of team sports. It was bad. So I did, like, theater stuff instead. I was, like, a student director for a play called Babies Having Babies, which was a cautionary tale about teen pregnancy, and no fucking joke. During the production, one of my stars got pregnant. And we all learned a lesson, which is that I am an amazing director. Like, a real talent. We had so many, like, teen pregnancies in my high school that, like, gaining the freshman 15 was our cool little slang term for hitting your second trimester. Has anyone seen the movie Taken? Do we all love Taken? I love that because I want to be like an action star. Like in the first one, he gets his daughter back. And then in the second one, he gets his wife back. And then spoiler alert, in the third one, she leaves him and then he has to get his groove back. That's a strong man. I wanted to be a spy. I wanted to be in the CIA. I thought that would be really cool. And it seems maybe like it's too butch for someone like me, but consider that it's all about infiltration, and no one is better than a gay guy at putting something where it doesn't belong. You know? That may raise some questions. Most straight people have questions about the whole gay thing, but it's like, you know, if you give them a couple Mike's Hard Lemonades, they'll start asking them. Like, when I was in a relationship, they would be like, which one of you is the guy and which one of you is the girl? And I'd be like, well, I prefer to pee sitting down and he's a terrible driver and neither of us enjoys sex very much. I'm pretty sure we're both the girl. Or then they would be like, on the first date, who pays for dinner? Because in the straight world, it's the guy that pays for the date. You're paying, right? That's cool. You know, in the gay world, there's no equivalent because we would never eat in front of each other. Your lifestyle is disgusting to us. And then they eventually get drunk enough to ask about anal sex, and I tell them the truth, which is that, you know, it's a lot like trying to run up the down escalator at the mall. Everybody's really curious to try it once, but no one's really getting anywhere, and no one's walking comfortably as a result. That's my time. I'm Graham Nolan. Thank you very much. You're all awesome.
Give it up for Graham Nolan. Funny stuff.